2, I'd like to make a motion for approval of the minutes of the Public Works Committee meeting held on July 10th, 2018. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Number 3, discuss purchase of additional trumpet pole decorations downtown holiday decor. John? Or?
All right, yes, sir. Thank you. Based on the request of the marketing department, we are going to continue our decorations down Oak Park Avenue and the adjacent streets for the decorations for the holidays. As you recall, last year we had updated from the existing wreaths and garland to a trumpet style decor. We initially purchased enough trumpets to do half of the lighting, and we are asking for a sole source approval of the board to purchase the remaining items, 72 trumpets for the remaining lights that were not decorated last year.
Any questions of that?
Will this cover now all of them now, John?
I believe it's going to be very close to having all of them done on Oak Park Avenue for sure, and then I think just offhand trying to think of the counts what we have. There may be some random ones, maybe on South Street or some other areas that may not be getting decorated.
Hey, John, was that a package? Like, seemed like that and the next item were together, or no?
Yes. So this item is purchasing only. The next item on the agenda is for the labor of decorating. So once we purchase the materials, again, this is requesting the sole source purchase, so we can get it from the same company we got the first batch from. And then the following agenda item is for the labor of installing all the decorations downtown, including these trumpets on this item.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Weren't there two? There were two, and they were pretty close in qualifications and stuff. I just couldn't follow.
Are you speaking of the next item?
Yeah, because it seemed like they were doing the install and the...
That's the next item.
Yeah.
This is
All right,
just for...
I'll wait then.
Yeah, this is just for the purchase.
So you're looking for approval? You just need approval
Yes,
to
sir.
go ahead and do that? You don't, it's not gonna be the
Looking
agenda,
for,
right?
no, we're looking for sole source, sole source approval.
Okay. Anybody have a problem with that? Make a motion to add it for a sole source for the next meeting. Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Discuss downtown holiday decorations, this including the install. You went out for RFQs and you've got the results and scoring.
Okay, I'm going to start out with discussing here. Based on our existing installation methods, we had a lot of requirements to get multiple bids, multiple pricing from installers, and it was Public Works' decision to put this out to a RFP so we can combine all of the different styles and scopes of work for installation. And by combining that, this RFP produced the current recommendation as you see in the attachment. We've color-coded it because of the fact that it was broken up in unit pricing. As you see, the green is the best pricing for each line item, yellow being the intermediate price, and red being the highest price. I'm sorry, wrong one. I'm sorry, RFP, wrong spreadsheet. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong packet here. Got it. All right, thank you. Yeah, sorry about that. I think the memo was attached to the wrong attachment. Okay, so again, it was broken up as an RFP. We had a total cost for the base bid installation, and then we asked for recommendation for additional installation, which is the second title down, which would include a one-time purchase of materials and additional decorations. And then we asked also for the bidders or the people that replied to the RFP to give us a multiple year cost if there would be a quantity discount or a multiple year discount. And as you see in the spreadsheet, B&B gave us the best pricing over the 3 years, and they also, in comparison to other submittals, did give us all three prices, and they also gave us the better pricing combined with the one-time purchase and additional installation. And we are asking for the board to approve the first year purchase and additional installation of holiday decorations. This is we are proposing it to be a renewable contract annually if awarded to B&B.
Anybody have any questions?
Will this
No, go ahead.
Will this include taking them down and storing them?
Yes.
Okay. And if something goes out, you know, I put my Christmas lights away, and when I take them out the next year later, something's not working. Do we just have to replace that themselves, or they maintain it, or fix it, or anything, or is it possible with these type of lights? Because a lot of it's rope lighting.
Depending on where we put it, we have the regular Christmas lights, they're LED, we're gonna have those wrapped in trees, they're gonna be responsible for keeping them lit, so they'll have to replace them if they go out. But we're going to supply them with the actual lights themselves. As far as the trumpets, when they install those, they'll be responsible for maintaining them also, and actually packaging them up, but we're gonna keep them for storage. I don't wanna leave that in the hands of a contractor.
All right, so they'll take them down, we'll store them.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
They always look great. My question, and I don't have the packet with me, but when I looked at it last time, I thought the recommendations were different. So this is the lowest bid and the one you guys are recommending?
Correct.
Maybe I read it wrong last time. Okay.
Yes, again, as it spells out in the bid packet, we have had five submitters, and based on their submittals, we did follow a scoring process that put B&B Holiday Decorating as the highest score based on their submittal. And then this recommendation is just for year 1 of 3 with B&B Holiday Decorating and a one-time purchase of additional decorations.
So it was the lowest bid and the highest scoring?
Correct.
Okay.
I believe that is correct with the overall cost.
Make a motion to add B&B holiday decorations to the agenda for next meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 5, discuss naturalized stormwater maintenance.
Okay.
Kelly?
So this is the spreadsheet that I was originally discussing. Again, this is for maintaining and managing our stormwater area maintenance, which would be our retention, detention, ponds, and of the sort. There's, I believe, 6 different ponds on this on the scope for this contract. And as I said previously, we had it broke up in the RFP for unit costing. And as you can see on that spreadsheet, that is color-coded. Cardino was the lowest cost overall, where they had 18 out of the 35 units for their costing. And that is the recommendation that we are making to the board for Cardino Incorporated out of Moni for a budget out of $189,500 to maintain those ponds for this upcoming year.
Have they done work for us in the past?
Yes.
Any other questions? If not, to a motion to add Cardino Incorporated out of Moni on the agenda for stormwater maintenance. Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Wait,
Aye.
hold-
When you get time, can we go back to the other item? Just
Which item?
Saying when you're done.
Sure. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And I just wanted to clarify, because Trustee Canito asked, is that this technically, we did have, there was a lower bid, but maybe you can explain one of them didn't really meet, didn't explain what they were doing, and I just wanted for the record.
Right,
to explain-
I was a little concerned about the lower and not
so
going
the
with
B&B
that.
was actually for 20, there was one company that was just didn't meet the standards.
Is that subject K you're referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, for some reason my packet doesn't have that in there.
Just so there's understanding.
Yeah, they did provide the lowest price, but they did not provide any of the required submittals for the RFP. So that's why we did not even discuss them beyond the numbers, because the requirements were not met. So yes, overall they were lower in cost, but because they did not give us the information we needed to compare them to the other submitters, we weren't able to justify their pricing in comparison.
Okay, number 6, discuss downtown planners.
Again, this is another pre-existing item that we've had gone out to request contractors to give us quotes on, and as we have added to the existing scope, it became apparent to us at Public Works that this is something that we should probably go out for RFP. We've gotten to the point where it is a large undertaking, And we'd like to see, we requested the RFP so we could see what other contractors had to offer in terms of decorating the planters for the downtown, and then it includes the facilities also. So as you see in the spreadsheet, again, we had a scoring scale that was given for the 2 submitters. And as you can see, the score in that, Ted's Greenhouse got a 79, where Ramiro Guzman Landscaping received a 37. You can also see that the costs were definitely drastically different between the 2. So we are making the recommendation to sign a contract with Ted's Greenhouse for the planter decorations.
Any questions? If not, I'll make a motion to add Ted's Greenhouse to the downtown planner agenda for next week. Do a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 7, discuss water main design and construction.
This is an ongoing maintenance process for our water main system. We look at the existing system where we have issues with ongoing water main breaks, where we have age of the systems, and we look at when there is a water main break, having to shut down the system for repairs, the level of customers it's affecting. We put that into a priority list, and then based on that priority list, we make recommendations to engineer replacement. This request is to allow us to sign a contract with Baxter and Woodman Incorporated to engineer the locations of replacement. Currently, there are 3 on this scope. It's 174th Street, 70th Avenue, and 76th Avenue, which are under the scope for this contract.
Any questions? Motion A, I'd like to make a motion to add Baxter and Woodman for 3 locations for $128,000 for the next meeting. Have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Number 8, discuss post 5 lift station redesign.
Yes, sir. Post 5 lift station is a sanitary lift station that handles roughly more than 50% of the Village of Tinley Park's sanitary waste. This is located at 171st and 80th Avenue behind the old Bayberry Pantry strip mall. The facility is approximately 40 years old and is in dire need of replacement. We've had repeated failures, and we are requesting for the engineering for this replacement. This contract is strictly for Christopher Burke Engineering to start working on the design replacement so we can get it out to bid.
Any questions?
When this is being done, what's going to happen to the waste at that point in time, or how do they circumvent that?
There will be a bypass system set up for that, so it'll, instead of being received in the current pit, there'll be a secondary bypass station. Actually, probably very closely similar to what we're seeing on 175th and Ridgeland, where they're doing the same type of work, where they're replacing that equipment there.
Oh, okay.
There's no further questions. Make a motion to add that to the agenda for the drainage
Second.
improvement. Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
10, discuss letter of agreement, ComEd, Harmony Square.
And this is for a contract with ComEd to begin to engineer the removal and burying of the overhead power lines on North Street and South Street. This is 2 different contracts that we're putting on the same agenda item here because we're looking to get both of these projects moving forward concurrently. This buries approximately, I believe, 24 overhead power poles. And again, ComEd requires a deposit amount for them to begin their engineering, and each one of these is a $50,000 deposit cost. And then, like I said, that gets them to begin work on their engineering of what it's going to take to give us a cost to bury all of these power lines for the projects that will be going on North and South Street.
Any questions?
If it's not used, does the deposit come back?
It is not a refundable deposit. Now, they do offer that if the full amount is not utilized in engineering, that is credited towards the project.
Any other questions? If not, I'll make a motion to add this to the agenda, the ComEd lines for Harmony Square. Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 11, receive comments from the public. Anyone wish? What did we skip? Oh, I'm sorry. Residential drainage improvement criteria modification. John was flipping so fast there.
Where did it go? Okay, I'm actually going to give this one to our staff engineer here, Colby, to explain for you.
Thank you. These are modifications we've been discussing for some time to the drainage issues of the residents having on their property to get funding from the village and assistance for the repairs out there. There's a summary sheet on there that basically says, you know, that the evaluation time is extended. It allows work on single properties versus multiple properties, taking the work off of the public works hands and kind of putting it in the homeowner's responsibility to find their own contractors and pay some funding themselves. It does extend the amount of dollars that the village would put into these, and but it does require all the work to be done in our right-of-way and easements versus on the private property. So it's still a lot like what we currently have. It just kind of puts some extended requirements on the resident and the timeline of when this can actually be done. We currently only provide, you know, we currently only pay about $500. This would actually give them close to $2,000 based on the evaluations that are done and determined. And there is a kind of a evaluation sheet that would be on our website versus just the questions we have on our current sheet that would they would fill out, complete, submit to us, and we would go through it and you know, evaluate that based on how we feel all those things kind of fall into place, and based on the total dollars, or not dollars, but the total amount that is calculated from that, that's how we would prioritize the works that is actually going to be done, and it's all based on the budget dollars we have put in that the budget that year.
So we would actually do work on the homeowner's property, or just the easement?
No, it would still be an easement right away.
Okay.
They would be responsible for anything on the private property still. So
Okay.
it still puts everything in, keeps it in private property. I'm sorry, and the right away and easement, nothing on private property. It's still their responsibility, but they have to go out and find the contractors and bring all that stuff to us to evaluate versus us kind of being put in our lap to go out there and do the work for them.
Okay.
If I may extend on Colby's explanation there. Our original ordinance was more of a objective ordinance where, you know, we can answer the questions that it was based on, but we had no number basis other than you know, opinionated from the residents. Where the new score sheet that Kelly and Colby created here, it actually gives us a number amount to it, so we can rank priority based on the scoring sheet that you see in the attachment. This is very similar to how we make recommendations for fleet purchases, where each line has a rank and score and you know, a weight value to it, and then based on the weight value, when we get to the bottom line, we'll have a number to prioritization of that, and then we compare that to all the other drainage issues we may have across town, and it allows us to prioritize, you know, replacement in town based on those ranking values. So again, you know, our previous system, it was just a yes or no type of question, and it didn't really help us prioritize replacements.
Okay. Anybody have any questions in regards to that? Not make a motion to put that on the agenda for the next meeting. Have a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Hey, Brian?
Yeah.
Sorry, because I was late. It's your chair. I missed items 7 and 8. I wanted to discuss. Do you mind if I just go back to that briefly?
Sure.
Okay. Number 7, John, for the water main design and construction.
Yes, sir.
Exhibit B. They list in here that we're going to be paying travel costs. I thought we've eliminated that before. I think it's our responsibility when if they want to work, when they show up at Public Works, the clock starts ticking. It's all the way at the back, Exhibit B. It's for the,
Look at on the individual breakdown.
I believe it was removed when we had the same thing, was when we had.
I think that
in-house
previous discussion was with
engineering.
Burke.
I think it's just under standard, I believe, but double check that. I would.
I'll have to have that discussion with Baxter and Woodman because I
yeah,
believe.
before that comes to the board, can you make a note and double check on that?
I can, yeah, I probably can. I can make sure that is pointed out to them.
Yeah, Exhibit B, Joe. And then number 8, which is the post 5 lift station redesign.
Yes, sir.
Estimate of fee, they say we will build at the attached hourly rates. There isn't any hourly rates, and they didn't do like Baxter and Woodman where they broke down how many hours they thought this 125,000 would get us.
The 125,000 will be full construction set of details. I can tell you that Burke Engineering, we have the if you will, umbrella contract with them that spells out that their hourly rates are part of that. So those rates will not change from the original agreed upon one that we.
We could add it to this.
Yeah,
we could, yeah. we
Okay.
can have it.
You know what I mean? Where'd they get to that 125? There's no estimation of hours like Baxter did. They broke it all down.
I can
It's on
request
page
I can request
3.
a scope breakdown for you.
Right there. Estimated fee.
Hourly rates, Bill. We don't know if we're paying for senior, surveyor, project manager. If you look in the Baxter and Woodman, they broke it all down. Thanks, John. That's it. Brian?
Number 11, comments from the public. Anyone wish to address the boards in regards to the agenda?
It's all right here. Not that.
I guess maybe John can answer this. The trumpets, are they going to go cover all the way down Oak Park Avenue to the lanterns on Central Middle School?
Is it we planning on all these central windows?
Yes.
So all of Oak Park Avenue?
All of those budget, yeah.
Okay, and then is it the contractor that repairs them if they go out, or was it the?
There is a warranty on those.
Okay, because I know one went out at, maybe half of it went out at Cousins last year, and I notified somebody and it was fixed the next day, so, okay.
I know. I think we are keeping 1 or 2 spare, and then but we do send them back for warranty.
Okay, thanks.
They just give you a blanket.
There's no one else. Motion to adjourn the Public Works Committee meeting?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.